My name is Lindsay, and today I'm going to be discussing with you the two videos that I've had the pleasure of watching. The first being The Secret, and the second, The New Era of Positive Psychology. I wanted to start by talking about The Secret. I had a little back knowledge about The Secret, and I was really excited to discover that I got to learn about it. And so it's a pretty interesting video. The video focuses on the law of attraction. The video claims that there's one infinite power, and that is attraction. It says that thoughts become things, and that everything that's in your life you're attracting into your life, whether that be positive things or negative things. It's all coming from your thoughts and your feelings. It says that you're a magnet and that you attract what you think. The video claims that if you focus on the things that you do want, that you can have anything in the world that you've ever desired. Money, fame, power. It says that the secret is the answer to all that has been, all that is, and all that ever will be. Now, over here, the new era of positive psychology is a video. Dr. Seligman is making a speech. And he starts off by talking about what psychology used to be and where he hopes psychology is going, what he hopes psychology is to become. And he prefaces his speech by saying that psychology used to focus on the negatives, used to focus on what made people unhappy. But he wants to go a new direction with psychology. He wants to focus on what makes people happy. And so he thinks psychology should have three aims. He thinks that psychology should be as concerned with strength as with weakness, that it should be as interested in building the best things in life as repairing the worst, and that psychology should be as concerned with making the lives of normal people fulfilling as with the geniuses. So he goes on to talk about these three different lives. He talks about the pleasant life, which is a life in which you have as many positive emotions surrounding you as possible, and you have learned the skills to amplify that. He kind of relates it to like a celebrity. Then he talks about the good life. This is a life which, knowing your highest strengths and recrafting your life to use those strengths as much as possible. Whatever it is that you are best at, you use those skills in life. And he talks about getting flow. When you live the good life, you find flow. That's where time stops. When you're doing what you're best at, time stops around you. You're in complete concentration. You're in your zone. And in return, you get more flow. The third life Dr. Seligman talks about is the meaningful life. And this is a life in which knowing your skills and using those skills towards something that's bigger than you. He refers to people like Mother Teresa, people that help others, that volunteer, that feed the hungry, people that live that sort of life. And then he asks the question, basically, is there a way to make lives lastingly happy? And he believes that the answer is yes. So he and his colleagues have been doing many experiments, rigorous experiments, to try to figure this out. He's created these positive interventions where he gives people random assignments. He tells them to go out and have a beautiful day, to create this beautiful day, the perfect day for you. And he has proven that the pleasant life, the pleasantries of life are enhanced. He talks about fun versus philanthropy, and he's been able to prove that helping people prolongs pleasure. So with his experiments and with these different tests that he has done, that he has given people, he is able to come to the conclusion that yes, in fact, psychology can make miserable people less miserable by living the meaningful life, adding a lot of good life, and then the pleasant life is just kind of the cherry on top. So I noticed a few similarities between these two videos. Not a lot. They're very drastic videos, drastically different videos, but the overall goal of both of these videos is to make people more happy, to make people happier. They both have that general goal. And I think that's about where the similarities end, really. Positive thoughts give positive feedback. They both agreed to that. But The Secret doesn't come up with a whole lot of scientific evidence backing their claims. Maybe it's hard to prove the law of attraction. I can see that. But they say here that an affirmative thought is 100 times more powerful than a negative thought. Well, that may or may not be true, but they never talk about how they came up with that knowledge or what experiments were run to prove that. However, Dr. Seligman, he does prove these, shows the tests, and he's been able to prove that happiness can be measured, and talks about how been able to prove that psychology can actually make people less miserable. So this is very scientifically found, less so The Secret. Being a flight attendant, I encounter very stressed people. Traveling is very stressful, and I believe that it's my job to help eliminate that stress for these people. You know, where's my bag? Or where's my connecting flight? They're very stressed, and I like to believe that it's my job to help them. And so I do whatever I can, and I do find pleasure in that. I do find meaning in life. I've noticed that if I am not healthy, if I'm not getting enough sleep or not getting enough exercise or eating unhealthily, that I'm stressed. So I see it as my duty to live a healthy lifestyle, and therefore I can help other people be less stressed and enjoy their lives more. Thank you.